My dear child, I have a plan for you, so don't lose your faith in me by focusing more on the circumstances. When I lead the Israelis towards the promised land that I prepared for them through the Red Sea, by seeing the sea itself, they all grumbled against me. So they said it was better to stay in Egypt, and they have lost their faith by focusing more on what they see with their eyes instead of focusing on me. In your life, there are certain things that are happening, and it may be making you lose your faith in me. But remember one thing, you have a promise from me, a promise to bless you, a promise to prosper you, a promise to protect you, a promise to provide you with what is exactly needed for your life. So you also know that every word that comes from my mouth will never ever return as void. So have a faith in me. Remember, I lead the Israelis towards the Red Sea in order to open a way towards the promised land that I had prepared for them. So have a faith in me, and for everything I have a plan. Always remember you have a promise, and if I have given that promise, then I will do it. So, my child, know that you think the universe has forgotten about you. Think again, that awkward phase in between chapters is where you receive some of your biggest tests. So the universe is watching you ever move now more than ever, and it is making sure you are remaining grateful. It is making sure you are not allowing yourself to be led astray. It is making sure you are doing the inner work that will leave you open to the opportunities and blessings, and it already has prepared for you. Remember that every battle is not worth your time and energy. So maintain your peace of mind by learning to let go with easy, and that is how you attract better vibes into your life, by making room for them. You have only one requirement for the chapter that is approaching, so raise your energy. So, my child, know that. Forgive yourself for allowing certain energies to take advantage of your soul, and you did not know better at the time, but now you do. So you are stronger because of your experiences, and they have shaped you in the most wonderful way. So you have more to be proud of than you realize, and the growth that is taken place within you should never be taken lightly. So, what is on its way to you is far more important than what has passed. Turn towards your blessings, view each moment with optimism, and let your soul receive exactly what it is been asking for. And when you try to move forward, so many past memories and situations will try to pop up and knock you off your square. Don't let them. So you have got magic to make and no time for these external distractions. Know your worth, attacks, then move accordingly. So, the truth is, you are very capable of excelling in every single aspect of your life all at once. And when alignment meets your awakening, everything you entertain becomes more seamless. But it all starts from within you. Overcoming your past self is the key to unlocking your next chapter. No need to worry, my child, you totally got this. Sending love and light straight to ya, here catch. So, my child, know that. Gentle reminder, you are allowed to feel how you feel. So, if you are feeling overwhelmed by the slowness of things, this reason, be easy on yourself. Remember, every season life will take its own time to make sense, to come into its full shape. Don't be stressed by the pace of your progress. Trust this journey, find joy in the process. It may not be easy to walk through some days. Maybe life will look a lot different than you hope at times. But hang in there, remind yourself that, like all the seasons of life, this one that you're going through will also pass. Go easy on yourself today. Be a little more kind to who you are. And if you are feeling sad and not all of this seems strange right now, know that it is okay. It is okay to feel uncertain and different and not have every aspect of your life figured out. In time, you will learn what you need to learn. You will do what you need to do. But for today, do what feels right for your heart and you. So, my child, know that everything that happens in life is perfectly aligned by a divine force. Once you start believing in that higher power, you realize that control is an illusion. And this does not mean that you don't take any action and just sit on your couch all days long. And it simply means you accept life as it is. You don't try to force things to happen. You don't flow against the current of the river. You flow with the river. You start living life effortlessly with awareness of each moment because you realize everything is connected. And there may be something that may feel really bad right now, but in the future you realize those bad times made you a strong person. So trust the divine timing of life. Nothing is coincidence in this universe. Everything is aligned and connected. So my child, know that. Rejection does not mean that it is the end of your life. It means that you have better things stored by me for you and is the answer to that rejection. You know about what happened in the life of Joseph. Joseph was rejected by his own brothers. They plotted to kill him. Later, Joseph was the one who had helped them by being the blessing in their life, and in the same way, don't worry about who rejected you. Why you got rejected at that time, trust in me. When I made and sent you to this world, I already made plans to bless your life, prosper your life. So, a rejection does not mean that it is the end of your life, but it means that I have better, amazing things for you. So, have a faith in me. My child, know that. Make room in your heart for the unknown, not with fear but with hope. For there is a way out of everything, even if it is now something that is difficult right now. When you are hopeful and have a that belief in your heart, you keep on moving forward despite everything that is thrown on your path. And with each new day and each step forward, you discover that the very road that you were afraid to take has brought you this far to a new beginning, to a life you are worthy of. You will be provided for when you least expect it. You will be vastly rewarded for taking the leap of faith in pursuit of your dreams. It will not all make sense before you take the leap. Your faith must be tested before you are worthy of achieving greatness. So give deep thanks for the deep path. No matter how difficult it may feel, a plane experiences the most resistant when it is taking off. You are learning that resistance is a sign of growth. My child, know that there is nothing wrong with you, and if you keep to yourself and don't entertain drama and gossip. People may perceive you as a silent person, they may portray that as negative attribute. You don't need to prove anything to such people because they are constantly involved in drama and they are afraid of solitude and silence. Honor yourself and don't react. They don't deserve your precious energy. Not everyone will understand the deep stillness within you. So, the ones who crave depth will find you. Just be yourself. You don't have to be under any pressure because someone else thinks you don't speak much or spend too much time alone. You know yourself in a world where everyone is trying to fit in and be yourself. So, my child, know that you will never know if something is mean for you and if you don't give it a proper chance. Whether it is a relationship, a new job, a new city, or a new experience, throw yourself into it completely and don't hold back. And if it does not work out, then it probably was not meant for you, and you will walk away without regret, knowing that you put your whole heart into it. So, that is all you can do. It is a horrible feeling leaving a situation knowing that you should have and could have done more. So find the courage to take that chance, find the inspiration to make your next move, and once you do, pour your heart into it and don't look back. So, my child, know that. Everything you are going through right now is exactly what you need in this stage of your spiritual evolution. And there is no right or wrong. Every experience you have is for your highest good, even if it does not feel and like it. Your biggest blessings and moments of growth happens not when you run from your problems and everything that feels hard and discomfortable, but when you embrace your journey as it is. Surrender trust and don't force or try to maintain control. Every obstacle in your path is a stepping stone to the next level, and you have to learn how to embrace your problems as your opportunities and push through like a spiritual warrior. Everything that you want and dream about is on the other side of this hard but beautiful transformation. So to reach it, have to ascend, embrace your journey. So my child, know that the hardest thing you will have to do in life is to let go of the people you may want to hold on to, and sometimes you will have to settle for loving someone from a distance, and that is okay. Because if you cannot show up for another human being the way you how you should, if someone cannot love you the way you need to be loved right now, if circumstance or space or the messiness of life is getting in the way of giving your whole self and nothing less than that to another human being, so then you have to be honest. Do not suffocate your love. Do not ignore the way someone makes you feel about yourself in order to keep them in your life. Do not ask for something to be more than it can be right now. Instead, appreciate it for what it was. Appreciate the lessons it grew within you. Appreciate the beauty you were able to feel. And appreciate the fact that in those ways, in those memories, it will be yours forever. So, my child, know that. Just keep focused on you. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. We don't need any more of anyone else. We need you to be the unique, beautiful essence of who you truly are. When Michelangelo was asked how he created David from a block of stone, he answered that David was already in the marble and his role as he saw it was to get rid of the excess marble surrounding David. You, darling, are already a unique and perfect essence of the divine in motion. Allow yourself the grace of chipping away all that you are not so you can know how marvelous you are. So don't concern yourself with becoming anything other than who you truly are within. So, my child, know that. Love yourself so much to the point that your ego is starting to dissolve. Love comes from the heart, fear comes from the ego. Love flows and the ego wants control. To free yourself from your ego, you have to choose love over and over again. So, your heart is so much bigger than your ego because you are never coming from a bad place. Come back to your heart and you will find the love within yourself. So, love is a practice of letting go, surrender, force nothing, trust, move with the flow, follow your heart and not your ego. You are most powerful when you let go. And there is nothing wrong with you. You have patterns to unlearn. You have a toxic company that you need to get rid of. You have your goals to accomplish. You have your whole life to live, so please never say, I'm not worthy, I suck at everything, I don't deserve to be happy, I am wrong. No, never ever say that. Never look down upon yourself. Never lower down your standards to match the world's opinion of you. Understand this, you have a whole backstory that nobody knows nothing about, so don't give it to them. Don't let them label things for you. And remember, no one decides who you are, you decide who you are. So own it up and do you. Move at your own pace peacefully. So there is a collective energy shift taking place all around you, and your intuition has been picking up on it for quite some time now. And the signs of a new beginning have been following you progressively each day, and so many magical changes are preparing to enter your life, but you are not going to notice any of them. And if your head is down and you are dwelling on the things your soul should have let go of by now, and this is the perfect time to start implementing positive changes into your daily routine. And this is the perfect time to start straightening the attraction you have to your blessing so that they can enter your life with ease. So, this is the perfect time to commit to the reason you are becoming without holding any part of your spirit back. And the universe has been communicating with you in new and inventive ways. Tune into its messages. A revolutionary chapter is about to emerge. So, my child, know that. Be with someone who puts in effort to do the things you like to do. Be with someone who makes you genuinely happy. Be with someone who knows that it is the small thing that makes you the happiest. Be with someone who understands that your goals are just as important as theirs. So be with someone who is generous with their time and energy. Be with someone who reminds you that you are loved inside and out. Be with someone who makes you feel important and appreciated each day. Be with someone who listens to you. Be with someone you can laugh with. Be with someone that understands compromise is a part of a healthy relationship. So be with someone who is not scared of your future but excited about it. Be with someone who helps you be the person you want to be and does not hold you back. The person you once were will always try to make an appearance as you transition into the person you are becoming. And this is how the universe tests you. Breaking out of your old shell and growing into your new self is how you pass through to the next chapter. Stay strong as you remain on your path. Whatever they try to distract you is not going to succeed. As long as you commit to your growth, and the breakthrough happens when you focus on what is coming and let go of what is already been. So, my child, know that doubt is a powerful emotion that prevents you from feeling you deserve anything good. Everyone experiences moments when they disbelieve their potential and possibilities. Overcome your uncertainty with faith and trust the process that produces you plenty. You will have all the success, happiness, and abundance life offers. You deserve it all because you are a powerful creator of solution, and there is no real and specific timeline. Even the one you believe is true is a mere lie, and because life is designed different for different people. And what people find meaningful in their 20s might not be exactly what you find meaningful in your 20s. Every human has different aspirations, goals, and dreams. So you might think you are behind or ahead than others, but actually you are not. You are just where you truly belong for the time being. Because your soul has an individually, and every individual functions and act as per his own capacity. So don't ever oblige yourself by the societal expectations. Don't ever force yourself to fit in where you don't belong. Stop trying to damn and be you. Do you grow at your own pace? So my child, know that one day you will share your story with someone and say, if I can do it, you can do it. You will look back at how you played the cards that you were dealt and realize that you were not behind. Because you were ahead of everyone who was quitting, you have never given up on yourself, and that is what makes you an illuminous person. Darkness can't beat you because you have light inside of you. Even if you are at your lowest point, you are still leveling up. By getting an opportunity to hit rock bottom, you have get a chance to accelerate your soul's evolution. When you are going through a dark time, know that it can be the gift of enlightenment because from the darkness comes illumination. And turn on your inner light, and you will be able to view all situations and events in your life from a broader perspective. Ignite your spark, and you will be amazed at how you touch and impact other lives through the pattern. Remind yourself that you can't fail at being the light that you are. You are cultivating compassion and wisdom that will bring profound healing and inspiration to you and others. You will celebrate your magnificent transformation. You will come out stronger. You are designed to be an example. You have everything you need to get through this. My child, know that. And the really amazing thing, The thing you need to remember is that there is still so much waiting for you up ahead. And some of your best days, they are still coming, and you have not yet met everything that is meant for you. You have not yet encountered all the joy and love and fulfillment that is on its way. I know it is hard to see it now, but you are going to meet people who will enter your life and feel like they have been there all along. You are going to experience miracles and synchronicities that make it feel like there is really is something more out there in this world. Like maybe you are not alone, like maybe this universe really is on your side, working in your favor in ways that you can't always see. And you are going to feel it all rushes of acceleration, heart pounding elation, peaceful silence, love that feels too big and great to be boxed in or contained. Like something this beautiful should not actually exist. There is so much coming, and you still have so much time. It is not going to miss you, and you just have to be present. To be here to see it when you are in it and not when it is long past you by. You just have to be brave and open and honest and willing. You just have to let it in. So, my child, know that the one thing that can really hold you back is feeling like you should be further along in your life. With that feeling comes guilt, anger, resentment, regret, and blame. You cannot powerfully manifest if you are living in the basement of your emotions. It may be true you could be further along in your life, but the ultimate truth is you are exactly where you need to be. And the mistakes you have made cannot be erased, but your past is not your prison, and it is the necessary part of your journey that has made you wiser. So forgive it all so you can finally move on. As you do this, your life will begin to flow like a river. Everything you think you have lost, time, money, relationships, etc., will be restored to you 100-fold the war. But the ultimate forgiveness is self forgiveness. Until you forgive yourself, you will never be free. You will continue to hold yourself hostage by staying in abusive and unfair situations. Because you believe you deserve to be punished, you don't have to pay for the same mistakes over and over again. What is done. Anything past 1 second ago is irrelevant. Let it go. So stop punishing yourself. Making bad choices does not mean you are a bad person. Everything happens for a reason, and sometimes you learn more from doing something wrong than doing it right. You can choose to end the pain now. Saturate yourself with forgiveness. Say to yourself, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you. Release the self loading mentality and return to self love. I hope you know that there are people out there who are happy to share the load. I hope you know that your past does not define you. That it is okay to let go of it little by little, day by day, until the weight of what you are carrying does not make you feel like you are stuck, unable to move in the direction you are longing to move in, unable to move at all. I hope you allow yourself to heal because you deserve to walk through this life with a purpose, and I hope you know that it is okay to release your grip and begin to set yourself free. Faith is one of those things given to you that can never be taken away. To believe, to have a knowing that you are capable of creating for yourself the life you so often envision, is one of the greatest manifestations because from that space everything around you becomes built off your trust that it was all already meant to be, and everything that is built on a sense of dignity will thrive beyond your dreams. So my child, know that. Everyone who has ever accomplished anything worthwhile stood exactly where you are standing now. They felt at a time lost, hopeless, overwhelmed, frustrated, and were often on the verge of giving up. However, just look at them now if they gave up in those moments of uncertainty and darkness. So they would have never been able to achieve greatness or receiving their highest blessings. Knowing this, just imagine what you are about to give up on. You are come too far to give up now. You are almost there. Keep going. Soon you will back and wonder why you have ever worried. Imagine that you have a mirror placed in front of you at all times. Knowing this, how other people see you is directly affected by how they are seeing themselves. So, how they treat you is often a reflection of how they are secretly treating themselves. They are telling on themselves, showing you how much pain they are in and how they feel about themselves. So, how other people see you and treat you tells you more about them than it does not about you. Don't get caught up in what other people think or say about you simply because they are showing you who they are, not who you are. So, my child, know that. Remember the number of times you told yourself that you will never be happy again, but weeks or months later, you found the corners of your lips slowly drilling up into a grain so soft you could not even see it. So remember the friends who felt like sunshine on the darkest days of your life. Friends that you thought would be by your side forever, but you never noticed how the traits weakened as the months and years wore on until they were nothing but a bundle of memories of a moment long gone, but you lived even though it felt like your life would never be the same without them. You made new friends, took different adventure, and uncovered colors of life that you had not with them. So, dear God, Father, help us to hold on to the hope that is found in you. Give us hope and reassurance that better days lie ahead of us. So give us hope for a breakthrough in jobs, mental and physical health, illness and disease, and everything else we have been constantly praying for, your word says. You are the hope for hopeless, so we are running to you with both hands stretched out and grabbing onto you. Fill us up with hope and give us a tangible reminder today that hope is an breakable spiritual lifeline. Father, you know those things in our heart that we have been anxious, worried, and sometimes even crying over. So today we give them to you, we trust them to you because we know that you can do more than we could ever imagine. Father God, you are our hope. We trust you and love you more than anything in this world. In Jesus' almighty name, we pray. Amen. Lord our God, kindle through light in our hearts and minds that we may recognize what we are and become free of everything false and dishonest. So let this light of righteousness, this judgment go through all nations, that people no longer use empty words when they talk of mercury and truth. Grant that your mercury and your truth find the right soil and bear fruit. May they find soil prepared by you, for you judge us and make right what is wrong in our earthly life. We thank you that, however painful many of our experiences are, we may still say, through how much need has not our merciful God spread out his wings to protect us. So you deserve to be with someone who choose love, not conflict, not chows, not your faults, but love. Someone who choose love when things became difficult, when situation and people create trouble in your life. You deserve to be with someone who reminds you that love so deeply, a choice that I choose love every single day. Whether angry or angry in pain, but I will always choose love. You deserve to be with someone who might be afraid, might not know much, but still chooses to work on him, herself, so that they can be better. So, as an individual, and not put you through more trauma when you already have, you deserve to be with someone who makes you feel lovable, who sees your wounds and does not hold them against you. You deserve someone who loves you even on days when you fail to believe in the existence of love. So, my child, know that. Perhaps they built a strong wall around their heart like a protective shield to guard against the pain they have experienced and know all too well. And it is not easy to let someone in when you have been hurt before. When the wounds of past experience still linger within. They are cautious, guarded because they know what it feels like to be broken, and the pain has taught them the importance of self preservation, of putting their own well being first. It is not that they don't want love or connection, they are just afraid of getting hurt again. So they build their wall brick by brick to keep themselves safe. It is a defense mechanism, a way to shield themselves from the pain that they know all too well. But deep behind that wall, there is a heart that still beats with hope, a spirit that longs to be loved and understood. They are waiting for someone who can prove that they are worthy of breaking down those walls. Someone who can show them that love can be a gentle and kind, that it can fill you up instead of breaking you down. So be patient with them, my friend, and show them that your intentions are genuine. Show them that you are willing to be patient, understanding, and willing to earn their trust. And in time, with love and compassion, maybe those walls will crumble, revealing the vulnerability and beauty that lies within. My child, know that moments of loneliness can be an opportunity for introspection and self discovery. Enduring and adapting to loneliness can be difficult, but it can also help us develop the strength we never know we had. So, to whoever needs to read this, if you are feeling lonely, I encourage you to view it as a chance for personal growth rather than something to be avoided or feared. In moments of loneliness, our creativity often flourishes. We have the space and time to truly listen to the deepest parts of ourselves, which allow us to express our emotions in the most beautiful and meaningful ways. So, if you are experiencing loneliness, I encourage you to take advantage of this time to explore your inner self and let your creativity flow freely. So, don't ask yourself what the world needs, ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go and do that because what the world needs is possible. Who have come alive. And we often feel the need to justify why we should take off ourselves. We justify it by turning it into service to others. We should be of service to others, and we should be back to take a time for ourselves, right and wrong. So, we all talk about the importance of loving ourselves and caring about ourselves, and we see it as a way we can be better for others. I have been guilty of this myself. Caring about ourselves needs no justification. Caring about yourself is the most human thing you can do for yourself and only you. So you are so deserving of being cared for and of being gentle with in a world that constantly asks you to give. Allow yourself to receive, especially receive from you to you. So my child, know that the idea to keep your enemies closer promote hyper willingness, which is a state of increased anxiety. While it may feel strategic and proactive, it will call for you to be inauthentic about your feelings and often keep you in a state of worry and fear. But often, this sense of keeping one eye open can actually blind you. True freedom and peace come from release when people consistently show you they are not there to support, encourage, heal you, and cheer for your growth. Believe them. So, when people move out of their way, any connection you maintain takes a part of your energy, and the ones worth sustaining return that energy, and if you are lucky, offer even more. And then some drain you, even if you can't quite put your finger on how or why. Your body rejects their energy, and sustaining that connection wears you out. There is no way manipulating that connection can benefit you. Perhaps there may be short term temporary gains, but in the long run, you will lose when you dish out your time, resources, and emotions to someone who does not honor and reciprocate them. Like to keep my gaze high by focusing so intensity on fulfilling relationship in life, you would not be bothered by the low vibrational ones. They naturally slip away unless they make themselves known, deliberately making releasing them even easier. An enemy hates being ignored, so if you want to see snacks scattered from the bushes, simply focus on high flying birds who raise your spirits. As love radiates from your being, you will begin to perceive and invite more of it into your life. So, my child, know that as miraculous and marvelous as life can feel at times, it is also riddled with suffering and injustice. Despite how good we want things to be, pain is inescapable. And some pain leaves such a massive impact that it shapes how you perceive the world and what it feels like to live in it. Many of us feel not only our own suffering but all the pain of the world also weight us down. It is hard to keep going. Some don't, I know, I too almost give up. So, fortunately, sometimes all it takes is seeing a witness who has been through so much, lacing up to journey the narrow path, and these humble heroes restore hope and faith by simply focusing on love despite how much hate they have survived. Thank those who continue striving for greatness despite being rejected, neglected, and overlooked for most of their lives. Those who focus on their power and potential instead of their pain and circumstances, and especially those who face limitations and setbacks because the system was not designed to serve those that look or present the way you do. For everyone who refuses to give up despite having every reason to do so, you are silent saviors. You give the collective hope and strength to be good, to return to love, and to be pure in a world that will deplete and exhaust your spirit if you don't fight to save it. And if you are experiencing the energetic tug of war that comes with awakening in a sleeping world, know that all of us support you. We have fought for our own lives the way we fight for ours. Know you are loved and it will all be worth it. Don't give up now. My child, know that. The areas in which you have been attacked in the most by the enemy is going to be used to create the most powerful testimony, whether it is in your purity walk, whether it is your health, your mind, your ability to conceive naturally, your singleness, or desire for marriage. Best believe that whatever the enemy meant for your destruction, God is going to use it for your good. I don't know about you, but I'm standing firm on romance that all things will work together for my good. So the enemy can huff and he can puff, but he cannot and will not destroy the plans God has for me. Have a bright future in Jesus' name. No one likes living with the unknown. It can give you anxiety not knowing what is going to happen with your relationship, your job, adult children, medical, legal issues. Next week, next month, you are powerless over all of it. But once you know your hands up in surrender, it is a powerful feeling being okay, not knowing no one can take your security no matter what happens. So, my child, know that. Fall in love with your best friend, with the person who makes you laugh the most, with the person who makes you smile even when you don't want to, with the person who makes ordinary days feel extraordinary. Fall in love with the person who is seeing you at your worst, and with the person you are okay to not to be okay around. So, with the person who understands your hurt and wants to heal it, with the person who has stood by your side through hell and back. So, fall in love with the person who inspires you to be your best, who encourages you to chase your dreams, who believes wholeheartedly that you can do anything you set your mind to. Who roots for your even when everybody else abandons you. Fall in love with someone who gets you, who couldn't read your expression as if you are an open book, who knows your hopes, your fears, your dreams, and never judge you for them, who understand you are better than you understand yourself and love you all the same. People tell you not to fall for someone close to you, that it is messy and risky and heartbreaking, but the truth is they are the one who will love you the deepest. Because they have already proved that they care, that they will be there for you even without the strings attached, that they would never hurt you, and that is something you deserve. So go for it, jump in blindly, even though it is scary, even though there is a chance that everything will go wrong. Being afraid to lose them is how you know it is worth fighting for. Because if things go right, it will be the best relationship you have ever had, and you will finally understand that what it means to have a forever person. Fall in love with your best friend because no one will love you like someone who already knows how to. My child, know that. One day you will realize that true success is not the way things looks, but how they feel. And a life that feels truly good will require you to be uncomfortable. It will ask you to stretch, it will force you to be vulnerable, to lie your heart bare. It will promote you to make the hardest choices and to reconcile the fact that sometimes what is hard is also what is right. So it will force you into integrity. It will open you where you have tried to build every wall. It will make you process every hurt you thought you had moved beyond, only to discover it is been lingering somewhere inside, waiting to be felt and to be held. One day you will realize that true success is not some place you might arrive one today, but the way in which you take each step in stride. It is the way you move forward and how you make the most of anything and everything around you. One day you will realize that the path to where you want to be is paved from the pieces that are already in front of you. And one day you will realize that you were only ever meant to do what you can with what you have. So one day you will know that if you keep preaching in the direction of your heart's calling, eventually you will land. So one day you will realize it is entirely possible to have everything on the surface but an emptiness just beneath. This is because we can never have enough of what we don't truly want and the things we do want. So they will require us to risk, to face, to be honest and true, and it will require us to ask for the love we are seeking and to give all of it back 1,000 times over. So it will shatter our egos and diminish our defenses and make us start over again and again until we have built ourselves a little corner of the world we are proud of, until we have arrived not at a place in the world where there is nothing but peace, but a place in our souls that is evergreen. So, my child, know that when you are coming how to forgive people who have hurt you, I hope you are brave enough to forgive them for the damage you did not realize was done to you because you were healing from what is was on the surface. I hope you forgive people who did not intend to ruin you, those who repeatedly broke their promises while you trusted them with your whole heart. And I hope you forgive those who intentionally tried to tear you apart because they think it will piece together shades of their own soul. So, most importantly, I hope you are courageous enough to forgive those who don't deserve your forgiveness. And as you are learning how to release this burden from your heart, I hope you understand why they broke your heart and why you need to let go. I hope you understand the importance of forgiving them. Maybe you will never fully get over them, but I hope you will learn to forgive them and never have the urge to vindicate the way they made you feel. You don't deserve to live in that dark place anymore. You don't deserve to carry those mountains. You deserve to heal. I hope you learn to forgive and embrace its teaching like a warm hug and carry them with you throughout your journey. So, my child, know that in your life you will be surrounded by different people. Some you will share sunsets with, some you will share your Netflix account with, and some you will share your food with. And some will know your salary, some will even know your cell phone password, and some will get to see the pictures from your childhood. So, and then there will be people who will know all these stories and just a little more. They will look at you and know you need a hug. They will hear you when you are not saying a word. And they will look at your face right after a lamb joke is cracked. Imitate your when you are annoyed and always let you be yourself. If you know someone like that and you are still grumbling about not having enough friends, they really deserve better. So, my child, know that feelings can coexist. The same body that experiences victories can also experience defeat, and the same body that experiences joy can also experience sadness. And the same body that experiences happiness can also experience discontent. And do not be confused when you experience both pain and joy. And at the same time, remember that we are created to feel a variety of emotion simultaneously. So, where there is a dark space in joy, there is also a flickering light. You don't have to pick a certain emotion to identify with or attempt to correct the negative ones, except the contraction inside of you. So you can build a loving attitude by becoming more receptive to the range of emotions that are constantly swarming within you. Remember, you are at your highest state when you are conscious of your inner state. Embrace that. And what a blessing and honor it is when God gives us spiritual gifts and the opportunities to use them to minister to others and help them grow increased. So, serving others with the talents God has given us fosters joy and healthy identity. For this reason, we like to call spiritual gifts joy gifts. We talk about this in our book Journey of the Soul. Your spiritual gifts are needed by others in the body of Christ, even as you need their gifts so that everyone can share in God's work. Knowing the gifts God has given you and the ones it is also important to realize that your spiritual gifts are only helpful to others when they are an expression of love for the people you are serving. And in other words, operating in any of the gifts of the Spirit is secondary to the fruit of the Spirit maturing in your character, and the key is humility. The gifts God gives us are to be used in submission to the Lord Jesus Christ and with the guidance and empowerment of the Holy Spirit has not given you is essential to your ministry. So, to help you identify which gifts God has given you, we have put some fresh and practical wording to the ministry gifts listed in Romans and Ephesians. And as you consider these joy gifts, ask God to help you discern how He has equipped you to serve others in Jesus' name. So, which of the joy gifts in the images above to do you have, and what are the top four gifts God has imparted to you for blessing others? Also, it may be helpful for you to ask someone who knows you well to access your spiritual gifts based on how they experience you. So, we hope this helps you to hear or confirm God's call on your life. So, my child, know that one of our fundamental needs as human beings is to be deeply heard, acknowledged, and understood, but so many of us look outside of ourselves to fulfill these needs. We chase and climb until we realize that no quick fixes can heal what must be nurtured on the inside. You have drawn this card as a notice that your inner world needs tending to right now. The only way to truly understand your magnificence is by going on an inward journey. You will always be rewarded for this deep healing. On the other side of the work is pure self compassion, joy, love, forgiveness, and ultimate inner peace. And when you do the inner work, you move fast, fears, addictions, limitations, depressions, loneliness, and low vibration feelings of unworthiness. Although inner work is often the hardest thing you will experience, it reaps tremendous rewards like a true alchemist. You are carving out a brave new path for your growth. Your future is paved with new expensive beginnings as you heal your past. And healing does not happen overnight. Recognize that this process is never over. The path of the spiritual seeker is ever unfolding forevermore, and this is the journey of your soul that carries over into lifetimes. So release the need to have it all figured out and just dive into life like a curious child full of excitement and wonder. My child, know that it takes only a moment to fall in love, and not the kind you fall in at first sight, the kind that makes you believe in the ever existing goodness of the world, the kind that mixes yellow and red, your untouched plate of grey. The kind that only ever hurts your heart to stitch it back together, the kind that knows how to protect it, the kind that knows how to set it free, the kind that reminds you to be you every time you look into their eyes. The kind that makes you want to safeguard their laughter in a locket around your neck. The kind that makes you want to live, love, and be better. The kind that feels easy to navigate and easier to hold on to. The kind that teaches you forgiveness, the kind that teaches you freedom. It takes only a moment to fall in love, and not the kind you fall in at first sight, the kind that you look at someone and realize in that be perfectly invisible solitude of a moment that for as long as your heart can love them and you are going to be okay. So my child, know that your needs are being met. The universe and your angels guide will always help place situations or events in your path to help you with what you need. So naturally you do also need to ask. A big part of this is having clear intent on what you need and then letting the universe do its thing. Also having strong faith that it will indeed work out is certainly beneficial. Remember, don't try and dictate how this is going to be achieved. Let the universe sort things out and just keep your mind and heart on the outcome. Others may come across some windfall of some sort. Whether it's additional funds or perhaps even time to do something you really want to do, how or what is entirely on what you are seeking. Because the last time you thought you were in love, it was really more infatuation because you are not the same person you were 2 years or 6 months or even 3 years ago. Because you have so much to bring to a relationship, and it is okay to want to share that with someone because life is too short to allow one person to steal all of your joy or your future. Because love looks different when it's being given by someone who genuinely sees you because your ex did not know how to properly care for you, but someone else will. So, because you don't need another person to complete you, and you know that now because you know so much more than you did back then, because you have taken the time to heal, even if sometimes you still remember what the wound felt like. So, because there are people who are so excited to discover and adore you, but you have to give them the chance to do so. Because heartbreak is terrible, but it is not unsurvivable. Because you deserve to be loved in all the ways that are possible. Because you deserve to open your heart again. Because even though we as humans constantly mess things up, love is one of the things we do so well. So, my child, know that. Growth may sometimes feel like loss because, in a lot of ways, it is in moments when you are called to grow, what you will lose is your comfort zone. You will lose part of yourself that just can't make it to this next part of your journey. You will lose old habits or routines that just were not getting you where you needed to be. And you will be forced to let go of everything you know and put faith and trust into the things you don't know yet. And that will put you on a path of a new path and this new journey. But in loss, there is also so much to gain because what you will be offered this opportunity to choose who you want to be, how you want to be, and what you are willing to do to become that version of yourself you have always deserved. Sometimes, without even realizing, we stunt our own growth. Maybe it is out of fear, maybe it is out of insecurity, and maybe we are overcome with imposter syndrome and negative voices that tell lies that feel like the truth. But the truth is, you deserve to live your best, happiest, and most fulfilling life, and that life starts with listening to that quiet voice within you, and it is a whisper that will turn into a scream if you ignore it. And it will sound like I deserve more than this, and it will be up to you to be brave enough to step towards that. So, my child, know that. Pick a desire, hold a belief that you are capable of achieving it, and believe that you are deserving of having it. Take a moment each day to close your eyes and visualize yourself already in possession of what you desire, allowing yourself to experience the emotions and sensation associated with having it. Afterward, shift your focus to expressing gratitude for the future, and as if you know it is guaranteed and genuinely anticipate it with confidence. Proceed with your day, releasing your desire, trusting that life will find a way to bring them into reality. So, my child, know that. Samuel chapter 2 has so many reminders about the season on waiting that David is put through. God planned for him to be king years and years before he ever took the throne. Even after Saul and Jonathan died, it still was not David's time. This made me think so much about patience and waiting seasons. Patience can be so difficult. The definition of it is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. That part about without getting angry or upset can be the challenge. A lesson that I can use a reminder of every day when God is working in that in between time. It is preparing you for what is next. The test of that is how are you going to handle the in between time? Are you going to let it get the best of you to glorify God in the waiting? Letting God use that time to make a way for what is next, even when you can't see it changing, is a hard but worthwhile season to walk through. We wait in hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In Him our hearts rejoice, for we trust in his holy name. May your unfalling love be with us, Lord, even as we put our hope in you. So, my child, know that getting better at it, at walking my ways out of discomforts you provided me with, at making choices which otherwise I would not have ever considered in my wildest dreams. At understanding how I was always supposed to be put first and prioritized without a doubt, at not being guilt tripped for having to change the narratives I have lived in for years, and becoming extremely particular when it comes down to questioning intentions, and regardless of who is to be questioned, at talking three or maybe more steps to leave a place that does not my presence, having to quiet all that I ever built within you was excruciating and rough. But without a doubt was worth it. The value system I thought to be the universal was actually the most varied thing that I ever come across, and it feels surreal to know, especially to have a hold of the way life can treat me. So, coming from a place where nothing but degradation was placed on my part, this phase of tears and pain yet feels tranquil and smooth as someone made of liquid parts who knows hold so much of courage as I walk into a room. So I filled with a crowd of unknown and uncertainty. I could have possibly just pulled a chair and sat on it until you walked out, leaving me all scattered, and I passionately walked towards the stage, stood near the paradigm, and given phenomenal speech full of gratitude. I wrote a story that became a narrative and a later a history which, by the way, now is a hyped mystery. So, my child, know that. And when they were at Salim's, they preached the word of God in the synagogues of the Jews, and they had also John to their minister. And when they had gone through the Isle unto Paphos, they found a certain sorcerer, a false prophet, a Jew was named Barjus, and which was with the deputy of the country, Sargis Paulus, a prudent man, who called for Barnabas and Saul and desired to hear the word of God. But Elimas the sorcerer, for so is his name by interpretation, withstood them, seeking to turn away the deputy from the faith. And then Saul, who also is called Paul, filled with the Holy Ghost, set his eyes on him and said, O full of all subtlety and all mischief, thou child of the devil, though enemy of all righteousness, with thou not cease to pervert the right ways of the Lord. And now behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thee, and thou shalt be bind, not seeing the sun for a season. And immediately there fell on him a mist and a darkness, and he went about seeking some to lead him by the hand. Then the deputy, when he saw what was done, believed, being astonished at the doctrine of the Lord. Samuel, I found Nabal to be such an interesting person. A look deeper into the Bible describes him as a wealthy man. By commentary, read the section as a rich man and listed on how you can be rich in many different things. You can be rich in what you have, in what you do, in what you know, and rich in character. Nabal, I had a lot of money, but He has a fool. I think that is something to reflect on. People hold money at such a high level, more important than the riches you can have it in other ways. I think it is important to look at deeper than surface level and to strive for more than just surface level. Nabal had riches of the lowest kind, being honorable, having a rich character, being rich in knowledge, and sharing the riches you have with those around you is much more important than the money. You can be kind and generous with your time, with your attitude, and your kindness. Money has so little to do with generosity and has much more to do with the heart behind it, and the character of the person and the heart of the person behind the giving. Those matter much more than dollar amount. My child, know that. The trust group of friends can be the hardest to find at different points in your life. You finally come across those real and genuine people that stick with you throughout life. So they are the needles in the haystacks, the golden tickets, the one that truly stay by your side through it all. And you will always find them when you least expect it but need them the most. They are your go to life gurus, the ones that swear you should pay them to be your therapist, and the who have your back and you do the same for them in return. The handful of friends that truly see you for you, they have seen your house a mess, seen you without makeup, and brought you food when you are sick. The friends that call you just to check on you, and the ones that call when they feel something is off, and they always know and they always will. These type of friends are the cream of the crop and are there by your side for life. They have seen you at your lowest low and are there to help you pick the pieces back up and mend your broken heart. So they are there blazing with honesty when something or someone does not sit right with them. Their brutal honesty might be hard to accept at first, but later on you thank them when you realize why. They are there with you at your highest high and are there to cheer you on. They are the friends who genuinely care about your health and mental health, the ones you can be real with, and it's okay for them to see inside your heart. They are not blood, but they definitely are family. To all the friends that have seen us when we are less than perfect and still make us feel seen, to all the friends that love us even when we feel unlovable, to all the friends that just know even without knowing. To all the friends that make us laugh until we cry, to all the friends that keep us grounded when we are on the cloud nine, to all the friends that bring light in the darkest of times, to all the friends who simply love us for who we really are, to all the friends with such beautiful hearts, thank you because such friendships are truly hard to find. My child, know that heartbreak is never easy regardless of what side you are on. Everyone will hurt someone at some point. The truth is just as we don't choose who we love, we can't pick and choose our feelings for the people we don't. How many instances were you're feeling just not in the right place or at the right time, but you wanted them to be? How many times have you hurt people not intentionally but because you were getting over someone yourself and doing everything you could to just get through it? And when I look back, I'm not always proud of the things I did in the process of trying to heal. When I look back, my hurt people will hurt people if they don't take the time they need to get over someone else. And they tell you to go out and date and see other people, but if you are dating and you just wish the person was someone else, they are someone who deserves better. And even if you don't like what your heart is telling you have to listen to it, because the right people will come at the wrong time. And it's up to you to realize, I'm ready to love you. It hurts a lot for the people who were collateral damage of my pain. They tell you to go out and date and see other people, but if you are dating and you just wish for the person was someone else, they are someone who deserves better. Even if you don't like what your heart is telling you have to listen to it, because the right people will come at the wrong time. And it is up to you to realize, I am ready to love yet. I look back at my own experiences and those I caused pain. I hate that I was someone they had to get over. I hate that their hurt endured pain upon meeting me. And more than anything, I wish I could say sorry, but when you break someone's heart, there is not more to say after you do that. You just have to walk away and let them endure all that is come. People, relationship, and emotions are so complicated, but if there is one thing I have learned, both in loving others and getting hurt and being the one who does the hurting, it is that no one ever deserves it. Sometimes temporary people take a permanent place in our hearts for the things they teach us, and they enter our lives showing us even if the wake of someone else's rejection. So, my child, know that. And when all his becomes a memory and a thing of the past, I hope we remember to value worker when we stop calling them essential. And when all this becomes a memory, I hope we remember to value something as simple like the embrace of family and friends we are not afraid to hug. And when all this becomes a memory, I hope you never take for granted and for health and well-being. And when all this became a memory, I hope we still remember to be kind and considerate of our neighbors. Time will move on and this will be written about in history books or children and our childrens will read. And when they ask us about it, I will tell them in moments of fear there was so much bravery, and I will speak your name. And when they ask about it, I will tell them in moments of hate it was your love that rose above it. And when they ask about it, I will tell them in moments of weakness there was so much strength, and you are one of the many examples. And when they ask about it, I will tell them even in the wake of obstacles. You figure out now to overcome it, and when they ask about it, I will tell them in a time when so many who were sick and when we lost so many, there were healers and people like you fighting every day of them. And when all this becomes a memory, it is you they will hear about it. You found love, not the one that left you wondering, but the one you were too afraid to even think existed. You did not have to stand in front of the mirror and wonder if the girl is standing back was good enough or possible. And the answer was already in his eyes every time he let his gaze fall over you. And as if you were a work of art worth millions, you could tell by the way his hand touched you so tenderly. The fear that left your body every time he touched you, you found love, the one that did not leave you wondering, the one who stood in front of you black and white without filters. The one who spoke your mother tongue, he let his gaze wander over you, and as if admiring everything he saw, as if photographing you with his gaze, setting up boxes of memories he could preserve in his mind forever. You found love, and you know that if this is love does not end up saving you, you don't want to be saved. My child, know that there are people whose days immediately became better the moment you walk into a room, and it is okay if you are having a hard day, a hard week, or a hard year, but know that I am going to sit right here with you. The way you see the world, it is own type of remarkable, and I am thankful you are willing to share it with me. You don't need every single person in the world to love you, just the ones you truly want to close to you. There are people who deeply miss you when you are not around. Your absence is an act they are carry with them. I am deeply inspired to know you. I am so proud of you for all that you have done and all that you will do. You are going to fail sometimes, and it is okay. It is a part of the process. You will also succeed in more ways than you can count. The way you show kindness and love to others is something that the world needs more of. So please don't hold it back, even on the days where you are not sure if you matter at all. Where you are convinced that you are so insignificant and that you could not possibly have an effect on anyone. I need you to remember this. You may not matter to every single person you exist in the world, but there are those whose world would not be complete, would not be whole. The lotus flower represents the union of opposites. It possesses the power and wisdom to fuse light and darkness, symbolizing the spirit perfection and spiritual development. Take a new direction and be open to new experience. You have drawn this card because you are at the beginning of your soul path and still have much to understand. But that is only natural. You have drawn this card because something really profound is about to unfold, and it heralds a new chapter of your journey. Take the time to listen carefully, first to your inner voice and then the world outside. You might hear the call of a new teacher. Be open to your outgoing path of learning, wisdom, experience, and personal growth. You cast a spell with your existence, magic flows brightly and radiantly within you. This card reminds you that there is a magical power hidden in every heart. Were you aware of this? Magic is not outside but is within you. It is the white light that flows through your meridians. It is life, it creates life. Magic is the light that penetrates deep into the darkness to awaken and guide all that is there so that you can develop your own divine being to its full potential. This light is within you. Just as the sun touches a seed that lies dormant in the ground, you can awaken something truly miraculous within any being, and the magic is expressed in every smile you give to others, every loving gesture you make. And the respect that you show make your way through the world as a good fairly, as a priest or priestess, as a magician, a holy man or woman, and let the magic within you flow over and it's everything and everybody you encounter. And there is you are a gift, and with all the magical light in your heart, you are a gracious and needed, and your ultimate reward will be receiving 100-fold all the gifts you have given. My child, know that we have another psychic sense card today, and this one is about feeling, intuition, and getting a sense of energies in an environment. Those that are more sensitive to energies certainly understand how feeling can really impact them personally. And so needing to shield and cleanse regularly is vital to their well-being. Open your intuitive abilities and try to get a sense of what is going on around you. Be open to intuitive impulses that may indeed be added with clarity, where you get a flash of an image and feel something too. Your body reacts to what is around you or things that are in your field. If you feel queasy or uncertain, take another path, and if you feel excited and joyful, it is a green light to proceed. You are infusing conscious moments of joy into the daily life, and you choose today to activate fun and playfulness into your life, and you are feeling more alive now and free. Because you are in control of your own happiness, this dolphin spirit, as seen in the car above, is calling on you to lighten your spirit, lift your mood, and find more feelings of gratitude that can instantly raise your vibration. It is up to you to create more playful moments in your life. Take a few moments today to relax your body, and if you can, lie on your stomach and reach your arms back towards your ankles, which will help you curve your back and rock your head to own your belly. As you rock back and forth, contemplate what you would love to do just for fun and what would make your daily routine much more free and playful. And take a new few moments to integrate this joyful essence into your own spirit and decide on a new actions you are going to implement to ensure that you have more playfulness and fun in your life. Dear child, the truth is, I will always love you. It is not the kind of love where you will always wait for a better ending. It is neither the kind of love that makes you feel like you need someone around to wrap their arms around you when you feel a little more lonely. I know deep down in my heart that you felt something too. I think I'm supposed to hate you, but I can't just involve you so fast and like I never know you. I can't just hate you. There were too many moments when I felt like the world was at my feet and my heart had no peace. I don't remember you for the new times when things were not nice, for the when I did not want to know anything else. And because it was too chaotic to be myself, I will always remember you for the countless days that you made me feel loved, for making me feel that I was able to love and even thought it was not forever. I will always remember you for teaching me that love is not always about holding on. Sometimes it is looking at someone and wanting to give them the world even when they can't be around you. Dear someone, no. If there was a box of everything that I have lost, I would look for the sound of your laugh that reverted from the other room as you found a funny post on Facebook. I would look for my dignity and self respect that I lost multiple times trying to fit in boxes for you when I was meant to stand out. I would look for the traces of your lips on my bare back like a heated knife on butter as we both escaped the promises of tomorrow. And if there was a box with everything I lost, I would save all my level 11 this time and not get swept by convening words with no matching action in the sight. I would look for my favorite surgeon that dwelled on your wrist all the time before it did not, and I would need to find separately who I was before I meet you. If there was a box with everything that I lost, I would throw my hands around all of it like a happy kid with a fallen pinta. The cotton candy skies, 8 letters over a troubling hurt, and the sweetie palms. Do I keep the simple feelings because they mean nothing when everything was fleeting? And or do I keep the biking through the streets of Manthan? Loser buys ice cream for two, but I dropped mine, so you share yours. I would look for the Saturday nights of us cooking pasta over a glass of wine, and as you told me about the Reddit thread of how lottery winners end up bankrupt or dead out of all things. I would need to look for my sanity. It must be under the debris of what I wanted for us to be. I, my child, know that. When you think about it, there are a handful of people who will show up for you in both good and bad times without a second thought, and these people celebrate your wins like they are their own. They share your pain like it hurts them as much it hurts you, and when you think about it, no matter how challenging your life gets, you know you can always rely on these people. And even though they may be afar, for some might be caught up with their own lives, they always find a way to let you know that they have got you, that they are here for you, and in the end that is all that matters. Our lives amount to relationship we build and nurture, the family we have and the one we find along the way, and the memories we experience with them. On your lowest days, find comfort in that you have a circle of people who sees you, hear you, value you, and are in this journey with you all the way. An intensive class is short. That is why we take things slow. This I know. I am a teacher by heart. It takes 600 people to carry the entire to carry every part of me that is being told is not worth the try, like writing my unfinished book if I did not make it in a 6 year, or having to plan to see the northern lights, but it remains off my bucket list for eternity. They thought we had to show our selfie in order for us to become pretty, but God forbids the world to use only one sense when you have at least five. I teach descriptive writing. I teach all others around you. We don't have much time now, and we know it is only a matter of time before grace sneaks us in. I don't really care through how the world turns itself around its own risk. I can trust the world to carry on its own, and this is what I want people. Well, how to do such little birds fly along the massive Grand Canyon. Some people are made in certain ways. That does not mean the rock belongs to the bird. It does not it, but some views are worth the time. I feel life in general. One time you know you fall in love, and the next day you were all alone. One time you eat cookies with chocolate splattered all over your mouth and the way till you can't hold it any longer. The next hour, here you are lying down the frigid flooring, staring blankly at your ceiling and wondering why life has come out this way. One time you wake up with a smile on your face, and the next minute one phone call will ruin the whole day. One time you dance with acrobatic moves like your own. It's all your body, your face, your hair, your things, your bones. A week from now, you feel like you are the rawest person on earth who can never be enough with yourself. And one time you are friends, and on your next birthday you can't even picture their faces anyone more. One time your mother plays with your hair, and the next thing you know she is now here to be touched. And one time a person you love touches your elbow, but you feel anxious instead of safe. Once you have the whole the dream ahead of you, the only thing left is right now. How could I think that freedom is about having all that I want, when freedom is about having me just as I am, just as where I am, just as the only time that I have? As I grow, I am discovering that I am drawn more to be slow life, to the small things. I look for more simplicity, more meaning, and more slow moments. And it is the little things that I am finding are the true essence of life. They often seem insignificant at the time, but they bring real deep happiness. Warm hugs with loved ones, hot tea, a walk in the sunshine, and a day at the beach. Doing more of the small things make life truly beautiful. And reading a page turning book, eating a cookie, drinking champagne, calling a friend, writing a letter, or lighting a candle, take this as a reminder to do something every day that may seem small but makes you smile. Because it is the little moments that became the best moments. My child know that. It is so important to recognize how people make you feel after an interaction or conversation or any sort of exchange. Recognizing how people make you feel when you are about them is so important. Do you walk away feeling loved, empowered, excited, happy, supported, and encouraged? The people who bring out the best in you are the best for you, and if you feel deflated, anxious, uneasy, or low, walk away. Life is too short to be investing time, effort, and energy into the wrong things and people. And you will know it within your core if someone is not right for you, because something that is supposed to be easy will feel really hard. The person you want to be kind and the life you deserve to have are influenced by who is around you, who you surround yourself with, the conversation you exchange in, the things you do are influenced by who you choose. So you need to choose the best people if you want the best kind of life. The right people in your life who are with you and for you will never make you feel like you are anything but absolutely amazing, because you are. It just takes choosing the right people to see that and having the courage to walk away or set boundaries from those who are not. My child know that praying for everyone today, something my early 20s has taught me, is the realness of the fact that you never know what people are going through. You have that all the time, but it has hit so close to home in the last year. Meeting people who have a smile on their face but go home to a difficult situation, a battle zone, or even an empty house. Some people who are cranky may be dealing with a diagnosis or a family emergency. We just never know what is going on. Kindness is a fruit of the spirit that I think gets tossed off too easily. Think we more quickly drift away and we treat people. When faced with a rude person, we can show the love of Jesus by extending kindness, and it can be a hard to always be giving giving the benefit of the doubt, but we as Christians we have to be reminded of what the Lord has done for us and in us and what that should produce. Early morning thoughts today, if they don't make sense, just take away this one thought. In showing kindness to someone today, how could they see Jesus in you? A stranger, the gas station clerk, the cashier, your mom, your sister, your husband. How could your behavior be the whistle that influences the love of Jesus? Show kindness and bring him glory. Interesting, we have yet another psychic sense card, and this time it is with this is with thoughts and ideas that appears to pop out of nowhere, yet it is often as a result of asking question with yourself. Pay attention for if you work with the other two cards over the past couple of days, then you could be in for some interesting insights come through that are coupled with visionary images and feelings associated to them. I'm told that it is important for everyone to pay more attention for more information is coming through for people, especially as they open up more and start asking more in-depth questions to their own pathways. This is setting you up to know they are indeed not alone and much is happening in the background. And it could be a day where you are just not feeling it, where you are not seeing the results or indeed the beauty around you, feeling of discontentment, or you allow yourself to be so distracted from what is around you that you fail to see anything of value or opportunities. So let's face it, we all have those days, and it is Monday after all, so don't be harsh on yourself. Allow yourself to feel, try, and be more observant and keep your focus if you can. It is also a reminder to not take others or situation for granted. So, dear someone, know that. Nobody knows my name, so I guess I'll admit that I'm Little Miss Sadness, Little Miss Reminiscent, Little Miss does not know what is she has until it's vanished. Little Miss in love with someone who does not know that she exists. Little Miss inexperienced, Little Miss existential Chris, Little Miss has no purpose. Little Miss wishes she had more real friends. So little miss loneliness, little miss anxious all the time. Little miss needs external validation to feel accepted. Little miss jealous of everyone she sees online. Little miss envious of summer trips. Little miss compares her body until she hates her own skin. Little Miss apologizes too much. Little Miss afraid that she will never be loved. Nobody knows my name, so I guess I'll admit that I'm Little Miss Scared Whistle. So my child, know that. In times of great uncertainty, go inward to find what is certain within you. Feeling good is most important, and developing a daily practice to help you connect to calm a priority right now. The fastest way to happiness and peace is to be thankful for what you have. Gratitude is the life force of everything. When things don't go well, it can be easy to fall into doubt, blame, and thought of separation. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, take a moment to identify all the things you are grateful for. What is going well in your life? What are you thankful for? And when we connect to all that is well with care. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers and Barnabas and Simons that was called Niger and Lucius of Cyrene and Manan which has been brought up with Herods the Tatage and Saul as they ministered to the Lord and fasted. The Holy Ghost said, Separate me, Barnabas and Saul, for the work whereunto I have called them. And when they had fasted and prayed and laid their hands on them, they sent them away. So they, being sent forth joy by the Holy Ghost, departed unto Seleucia and formed tents. They sailed to Cyprus. My child, know that trying to keep up with the expectations of society is exhausting and impossible is an attempt to fit in and impress people. We end up losing ourselves on a never ending performance treadmill of perfectionism. And we get caught up in the anxious striving to do and be better because we don't feel good enough on the inside. We don't feel lovable as we are. And it suffocates our soul with worry about details of our performance, what people think, and doing what is right. Perfection is an unrealistic and impossible standard. Only Jesus is perfect, and it is only through His grace that can get free. So Jesus declared on the cross, You are loved as you are forgiven of your sins, and I have made the way for you to know God as your forever friend. That means we don't have to be hide behind a happy face or pretend to have it all together. Instead, we can take courage to be emotionally honest with safe friends who will listen and give us empathy as we do, and we will discover that we are not alone. Our shame and fear will melt away, and God will transform our pain into hope. To love others like Jesus, we need to give empathy. Everybody needs empathy every day. Without it, our emotional being will suffer. So, empathy is a central expression of God's love. It is the main source of intimacy with God, joy, and fruitfulness in relationship with others. It is a tangible way the Holy Spirit ministers the love and peace of Christ that restores our souls. Empathy is stepping into another's skin to feel what they feel and what they want. It is tender, hearted listening, and it is doing to others as you would have done to you. So, empathy ministers emotional presence, it calms your distress with an embrace of God's compassion that enables you to open your heart to other people. So, dear someone, know that I think the reason I'm still in the same place where you left is because I have not yet forgiven myself for allowing you to break me so easily. I'm still punishing myself for the things I did, for the choices I made when I did not realize there were other options, for the person I was when I did not yet know who to be. And I'm still struck with the version of you, the version that you made me fall in love with, and I'm still revisiting those old lanes. I have not forgiven myself for the shame I carry like mountains on my back. Maybe I will get used to the idea that you and I were not meant to be. And maybe I will eventually forgive myself for putting you first. Maybe I will eventually heal from all the lies and the betrayal. I wonder how you sleep knowing you are hurt. Someone whose sole purpose was to love you. Someone who constantly made sure that your days were bring and your nights were warm. How will you forgive yourself for running me when I was fixing you? And how will you forgive yourself for everything you said you would not do but did anyway? My child, know that loss of loved ones has been my greatest fear for as long as I can remember. For someone who writes about feelings, grief is the one that I have never really been comfortable with. But I think I'm getting there. My family lost my grandmother the other day, and as much as it's pained me, I simultaneously feel the most massively expensive amount of love too. And she was a soul sister, and making her laugh brought me so much joy. Love telling her crazy stories or being my goofiest self. To hear that laughter, I will miss that terribly. Here are some words of mine that many of you, very kind souls, have liked reading more. I also wanted to share these pages from Untapped by They Capture how I have felt better than anything I can write right now. She calls it the act. Her wounds comforted me greatly, so I hope they find their way to any other hearts who need them too. And as always, thank you for being here, not just to read my writing, but to also connect and share your own stories. You bring so much light and positivity into the world. Never forget that. And thank you for being you. So, dear soul, know that. The Magical Mermaid and Dolphins Oracle cards by Doreen Bidju. Sometimes we get into ruts and routines because they feel safe and comfortable. By drawing this card, you are asked to swim outside your comfort zone. And it is time to take risk and explore new ways of thinking, making a living, or being in relationships when you make the commitment to explore and experiment. The world responds by giving you wonderful new experiences. Heaven is not necessarily asking you to settle into these new avenues, but to instead test the water and venture out. Sometimes we will experiment and learn new things. And then, when we return to our comfortable old routines, we are changed for the better. This is definitely a time for you to reach out and enjoy a new options. Try something new today. Type yes if you have faith and trust in God.